Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to rebuild a Petcock, and this one is from a Honda Shadow 750 and can be applicable in a lot of other Honda Shadows, and a lot of other bikes could also be applicable on maybe a Suzuki or Kawasaki, which have a lot of these vacuum operated diaphragms and the vacuum operated Petcocks basically. So it's pretty simple. For this one, this is for a Shadow 750. So we are going to need a Petcock rebuild kit, which you can find on Amazon or eBay. There are different brands that sell these. You have some from K&L, and then this one is from All Balls. And for the Shadow 750 specifically, this one is model 601302. So we'll just go over quickly what it comes with. So it comes with a bunch of screws, and sometimes guys, these kits, they come with some extra parts, so don't worry if you cannot figure out where something is going, like some extra o-ring. These kits are sometimes usable for multiple vehicles models, so there are some extra parts which you may not need. Like for example, this one comes with an o-ring that I don't need, and you have four new screws, and it comes with a new spring, and then of course there's an o-ring over here, which basically this doesn't take this o-ring, so I don't need the o-ring. But yeah, it comes with the screws, the spring, and of course the most important, the diaphragm. So I'm just going to keep it back, and I'll just talk about the Petcock a little bit before we go ahead and show you how to open it. So basically there are two things that happen in this. Either the diaphragm gets damaged and then there's no vacuum. I'll show you which part of the diaphragm gets damaged, but the diaphragm gets damaged, and then there are two parts of the diaphragm. So there's a lower part which basically helps close the fuel, and there's the upper part which basically pulls when you pull a vacuum on here, it basically helps to pull that part up. So there are two rubber parts. When we open this, I'll show you. So what happens is sometimes the upper part tears, and then there's no vacuum, so it doesn't lift at all if it tears. The other problem happens is when the bottom part gets damaged, then you start having a leak, and that starts leaking from here, or it'll just leak. It most likely it'll leak from here. In this case, it's leaking from here. So if you suck on this, when basically the way you can test it, you can suck on this or blow on this, and then there will be air coming out of this if the lower part is leaking and not sealing. So that means that your lower part is not sealing, and therefore you're going to need a new diaphragm. If the upper part is not sealing, then you can basically, this is just a hose that I connected to check whether it's pulling a vacuum. So you can basically suck on it, and then you can keep your tongue on it, and you can check if it is holding vacuum. It's going to create like a suction pressure once you suck on it and put your tongue on it, and then you can if it's not holding, if it's just if it's not sticking to your tongue, then that means that it's not holding the vacuum. If it is, then that means it's holding vacuum and this part is good. But anyways, if either one of those are bad, the lower part is bad, you're going to have to change the whole diaphragm. So let's go ahead and open it. And all you need to do is just open these four screws, and then just pop it out. There will be a spring inside, so if you want to retain the spring, you can just be careful. That's why I like to keep a cloth over here, a towel over here, so that it grabs onto anything like the screws or anything if they fall. So I'll open these screws and I'll come back, because I don't have a tripod to record on, so can't show you how I'm opening the screws. Anyways, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just keeping a little pressure on this so that I can show you how everything comes off. So right now I've removed all the screws, and I'm going to pop this out. So just be careful, the spring might pop out. So this is the spring that comes off. We're going to replace it with a new one, so we're just going to put it on the side. This is the backing plate basically. So this is like a one-way valve. It can only suck, you cannot blow in this. So you can only suck, and then it's going to suck air, and that will in turn suck on this diaphragm. So what happens is when there's a vacuum created, this diaphragm will rise, and then this piston, basically you can call it a piston, or this part will go inside, and then there will be a little gap over here for the fuel to flow. So that's what happens. Now, like I was telling you, this is just a backing plate which we will reuse. This plate you're going to have to reuse with the new kit. and then this one here is the diaphragm. So usually, like as I was saying, either this part gets torn and then you won't have any vacuum, or else this, in my case, this part has got damaged. If you can see clearly, you can see how the rubber is all, it's torn and it's just lost its shape. It's all damaged, so that's never going to seal, because it has to seal over here in order to create a nice seal. So so now what we are going to do is we're just going to put the new diaphragm, and we're going to clean this with a carburetor cleaner or anything. Just make sure there's nothing over here that is, there might be old gasket residue or anything like that. Make sure to clean all of that inside and here as well, and then you can go ahead and install the new gasket on here. I'll just do that in a second and I'll come back. Alright, so like I said, I put the new diaphragm on here. It's pretty easy to get it on. All you need to do is just fold the front part, and you can just fold the front part and just push it inside the hole, and it'll just come. I could not show you how I was doing it, but it's pretty simple. Okay, and just make sure that this is seating properly on all the edges when you put it back on this side, because if it's not, if it's like out of the groove, there's a groove over here. Let me show you. Yeah, you can see that groove. So this rubber should sit in the rubber also has a lip, so that lip should be sitting in that groove. If it's not, then it's not going to seal, and then you're going to have problems. So once you do that, you can just do the reverse and make sure that this where did that go? Okay, this whole part is going to it's pointing towards the bottom end of the petcock. So that that's basically a weep hole, so that so this is how it should be. So this is the bottom end of the petcock. This should be the way it should be pointing. Then we are obviously going to put this plate back on the top, so it presses it. It will just go and stick to the rubber over here like this, and then that little rubber piece will come out of this hole. And then you can just do the reverse of how we started. Just put the spring and shut the cover, and you should be good. You will use the new screws to close it, or you can use the old screws as well if your old screws are good, and you can keep these as a spare. And that's about it. So I will do that, and let me see how everything's working once I do that. Alright, so I've put everything back, and the easiest ways to now test it is, again, you can blow on this or even suck on this and see if there's any leaks. You will notice it, obviously. If there's a leak, then you'll be able to blow through it. If not, if there are no leaks and this is working perfectly, you will not be able to blow anything through it. It'll be good. Or you can even suck on it and see if it's holding vacuum, and then you can also suck on this and check if it's holding vacuum, just like I told you earlier. And if everything is fine, and in my case it is, that means the petcock is working fine and you're good to go. Also, just make sure that just want to tell you again that when you have opened everything, just clean everything with carb cleaner. You clean all the holes to make sure that the passages are good, and both the on and reserve passage is good before you put it back. And once you do all of that, you should be good. You can put this back into the tank, and hopefully hopefully you will have a perfectly working petcock, unless you made some mistakes. But okay, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and if this helped you out and if you liked it, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. Don't hesitate. Any question is a perfect question. There's no wrong questions, and let me know if you have any doubts or any queries or any other suggestions or whatever. So have a nice day, and thank you.